Guess who didn't realize his microphone has been off for the past 2 minutes? Anyway, I'm Paps, the Rising VTuber and an artist, and today we're going to be working on a. Every time this happens, I feel like I've fumbled the biggest bag of my life. This feels like, like, have you ever seen a movie where like a sports ball movie, right? Where like it's about to be a touchdown or something, and like the main character is like trying to get accepted by the jocks in the movie, but they haven't had any luck so far, and they're like, "Oh wow, this is now my big chance!" And then they try to go for it, and then they immediately fumble, and they just get bullied worse. That's what it feels like whenever you forget to put on your mic. That is exactly what it feels like. No humiliation is greater. No pain can be compared. Yeah. That being said, I'm audible now. So, yeah, as I was saying, today we'll be working on the decal for the spaceship. I finished the actual 3D model of the spaceship. I can plop it down on the canvas whenever I want now. I won't because this is easier to work with, but I can show it off just real quick. You know, I want to show off a little. Let me plonk this thing down in here. Look at that. Yeah, it's more or less exactly how it was. It's a lot less goofy looking from the front perspective, I feel, than it was in the concept art. Yeah, I think from now on, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna do a little bit of relying on concept art for like the profile things, but I think like now, as long as I've got like the side profile, everything is gonna fall into place. Because look, I was really confident in the side profile. The front profile, not so much, and I kind of, we kind of balled, and now we're here. That being said, right, the actual design of the decal, I've been thinking about like what this would look like, right? There's like nose art from like 1950s planes that you see like during like wartime documentaries and such. I think like the most common one is like that one that looks like a big kind of like shark grin, right? That appears on some fighter planes. But that's not exactly what I was looking for, and the rest of it was either kind of racist or just like half naked women. And while I can, I'm more than happy to do the latter. I don't think I can show that enough on Twitch. So yeah, I could do one of those things. Yeah. So instead, what I've decided to do is I've tried to. I think like I have this book, right? I have this book called 1,000 Tattoos, produced by a thing called Tashin. I don't know if they're a studio, an art collective, at the Two Parlor. I don't know what they are precisely, but it's a book I bought a long time ago because I was interested in trying to design tattoos because I thought it would be fun. That didn't really pan out, but I still really like the way some of these look. So I thought I'd use that as an inspiration for the decal, because it is supposed to have that kind of like more old-timey feel, that more vintage feel. And I feel like having this kind of like tattoo design is the way to go in that regard. Unfortunately, and much to my dismay, the tattoos also had a lot of half-naked women. Well, no, not to my dismay, just not to my convenience, you see. Yeah, you can actually see like a little bit of hip right here, but in any case, we'll be using that as a reference for the most part here. These flowers especially. For a second, I thought I confused myself because I couldn't recognize the difference between these two. I'm like, wait, hang on a minute. Is that the same? No, it's not the same. But yeah, the plan here is to punch out a design real quick and then try to fit it onto the wing there. But yeah, I'm a big fan of like the shading style that these have. The thing is, because it's like a very dot by dot thing, it has a very almost kind of like I'm rather small, aren't I? Hang on, let me... There we go. That's a little better. But yeah, the main idea is to punch out the design here, hopefully within the time limit of my stream. Okay, so I think the first thing to do is to study the art of the tattoos here. The shading style we can figure out later, right? But I think like the main thing is to figure out like the kind of consistent details between these. So I think like the main one is line width. These have a very consistent line width. So if I yeah, you can see that it almost doesn't vary along the edge of it, which means we'll probably be doing this with the Millipen tool. Probably a little bit thicker though, so we can actually it's a little bit smoother as well. Yeah, probably about that thick. Next thing to note is the color scheme of these. So you can see that for a lot of these, right, they have only 2 or 3 colors. Like the green on the eagle is the same as the green on the flower. And I'm guessing this wouldn't have been like filled in with anything. This part that says like this part right here in the middle of banner, for example, this one would have had like a little bit of yellow on there. But yeah, I'm guessing like the red on the eagles. Is that a sun? I have many colors. I am more interesting. Well, having more colors is always a benefit, but there's also something to be said for minimalism. Yeah, I know. That's not the most popular take, I feel like. Minimalism is very, like, controversial, I feel, because in a lot of cases, it's to the kind of... I don't know how to put it. It's like to the disadvantage, disbenefit. Disbenefit isn't a real word. I actually prefer simpler into more complicated. Yeah, I think that's the better way to put it. Like simpler over complicated. That has like the idea of it. Like the charm of something simple, I feel, is very powerful. Like something that's simple and relatable has more power than something that is like super detailed and hyper specific. That's why some like it's the same flower but from different angles. I swear I got these from 2 different search results. When it comes to designs, I prefer simple. Yeah. Okay, so taking a look at this thing, right? Would the head-on version of it work? I think so. I think we've got an idea. Or we can do a little bit of something here. Ooh, I like that. Okay, hang on. When it comes to color, it really depends, but I feel like going over 4 major colors is when you lose me. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what my limit is for colors and such. I feel like there's like a threshold, right? Where if you go over, like, it varies, right? Because like say you have a character with a lot of different pastel colors all over the place. That's actually a little bit easier on the eyes than somebody with like 50 super saturated colors, like some kind of like when you were a kid and you just first discovered like the rainbow gradient tool in MS Paint. Kind of like one of those, like one of those things. Like seriously, have you ever seen the rainbow gradient tool? It hurts to look at a little bit. Hang on, yeah, check this out. Like, look at how bright all of those are. It's like, it's a bit much, is all I'm saying, right? I mean, it's kind of cool though. Like, listen, you can't really go wrong with the rainbow. Is what I feel. Let's see. Rasterize this. Then like this. Using the rough eraser, we hollow out this little part in the middle. Hmm. Let's see. I wonder if we can get away with doing something like this. Yes, we can. Huh. How far can I push this? No, I think like the next best thing to do is to maybe focus on the actual petals behind it. The problem is that the Miltonia. I keep calling it the Miltona. That's not the right word. It's the Miltonia. Is this a two that's going to have a dog's name on it? Unfortunately, no. That would be really funny, but this is going to be on the side of a spaceship. This spaceship specifically. It's going to look like, hang on, it would look a little bit like. You really knocked the wind out of me a little bit when you said a dog's name on it. Usually, when somebody gets a tattoo with a name on it, you'd assume that it's like their lover or their partner or, a family member. I was not expecting dog, but Ballad, honestly. I always think of mom first. Yeah, I think one of these has like, yeah, this. I think motor, motor, or is motor just a name? Because it like you can see, yeah, like this one, mother. Is this about okay? Nam, is that supposed to be like a name, or is that like somebody else's name? Hmm. Tweenamen. I don't. I don't know what to make of that. This one just says love. Period. This guy gets it. That it's all about love in the end. Hmm. All right. Let's get rid of the flower things for a second, right? And figure out how we're going to maybe introduce some additional elements to this because this isn't bad, but I feel like it's missing something. Neo Plus, you're getting a little bit Freudian there. You're starting to get seek an exorcism. You're starting to get possessed by the ghost of Freud. That's yes, you've played yourself. Yeah, no, you got to be careful when you joke about that shit because it's very easy to introduce invite the ghost of Freud into the conversation. Wait, I thought Freud's thing was mainly about your mom. Actually, my thing is mainly about your mom. Hey yo, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. The opportunity was right there, and I am. I did not hesitate. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, no, Freud's thing was partially about your mom, but like he was also the pioneer of the Oedipal complex, which is murdering your dad. Oh lordy, I really cannot apologize enough. Fucker, you're getting cursed sometime this week. Shit. Oh man, I hope I get cursed by the ghost of Kant. I've been slacking on my utilitarianism recently, so it'd be good to get a refresher through him. What's the worst thought leading figure that you could get cursed by? What's like one of the big thinkers that you could get cursed by that you would be like, shit, this sucks. Because you have the obvious answers, right? Like the Freuds, the friggin' what do you call it? What do you call his name? Nietzsche's. You got those dudes, which obviously aren't a great scene to be at. But what about like getting cursed by the ghost of Sun Tzu? What about getting cursed by the ghost of Confucius? What about getting cursed by the ghost of that freaking one dude who broke the sound barrier? What's his face? Jaeger. I feel like that's also undesirable. I don't know. Question is, why would they want to curse you? I am very highly desirable as an object to be cursed. Thank you very much. Listen, I've still got. Listen, my inner vessel still has like the factory sticker and everything. I still got the warranty on it. All right, I am primo ghost real estate material. I don't know. I feel like the bar would be pretty low the further down history you go. You know, like you go like 20 years ago, right? Like you get possessed by the ghost of Steve Jobs, and he's like, "Yeah, this is all right." But like you go like 200 or 400 years back, and they're like, "You mean you still have all your teeth when you're 20?" You know, it's easier to impress them, is what I'm saying. Okay, there we go. Hmm. I do wonder what would the ribbon be too much? I feel like it's actually like just kind of enough. I don't know. What kind of ribbons are we working with here? Like, I want you to notice that none of these ribbons have specific beginnings or ends. In fact, you wouldn't even actually think of most of them as ribbons. They have that little like curly thing back here, which kind of tips you off, but other than that, not really. This one's the most proper one out of all of them. This one's just like a loop-de-loop. Even this one on the classic mom tattoo has like that's like not even a ribbon. That's just like that's like a wrapper. Hmm. Actually, that would work pretty good here. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, drawn by Tattoo Peter Adam NR6. Is that now? Is that a contemporary guy, or is that like an ancient dude? Adam NR6 tattoo. Let's see. No results for this guy. Oh, Peter Adam. Actually, Peter Adam tattoo. Not getting a whole lot of hits here. These are mostly just tattoo artists' Instagram pages, which is fine, but not really what I'm looking for. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think this is like an actual dude, or rather like a living dude, rather. Hmm. Hold on, I've gotten a hit here that seems to resemble the art style really well. Yeah, what is this one? Let me take a look. The plot thickens. Let's see, where did I find that? All right, Amsterdam tattoo old school coffee jar. First of all, that's a mocha pot. That's not. That's not a coffee jar, I don't think. Hang on, Amsterdam. Peter Amsterdam, maybe. Maybe that's what the tilde is. Peter Amsterdam tattoo. Hmm. Is this the guy? Hang on. I'm trying to look this guy up. Peter Amsterdam. It might be. It might be the same guy. I don't know, though. If that's the case, then why would it say, like, what's this NR6 stuff? This says 1964. It's hard to say. Well, you know what they say. Art is anything you can get away with. What's his is mine. That being said, let me bring that back to flowers real quick, just so I can get another look at the stems that they use. Maybe having the Miltonia stem on top of the banner. Sometimes I do wonder if maybe this is a little bit too much. Like, maybe I can just kind of like that. Maybe the other way around. No, because then it's not clear what this part is. Okay. All right, here's an idea. All right, before we do any of that, we just copy and paste this layer, so this way we have an original to go back to no matter what. The next part is... Ooh, actually, I've got an idea. All right, check. You see how that's like, how the rest of... Hold on, is that the same part or is that a different part? I can't tell if this is part of the Miltonia of these leaves. Like, they look similar. Hang on, Miltonia leaves. I need like a baby's first Miltonia science diagram for me to understand how this flower works. Going into the planning stages of this with that knowledge would probably have been better for me. Then again, when has planning ever served me? Forethought is for suckers. Yeah, none of these are particularly conclusive in terms of evidence. Maybe... Okay, yeah, no, this is the half zoning out. Yeah, okay, no, it does seem... Okay, that's weird. All right, so check this out, right? These are the... Okay, so it seems like they have... This is just kind of like how they grow. They have like a very sturdy... Some are kind of going deep into searching some stuff. Half zoning out. Don't worry, I'm doing that as well. But yeah, okay, so this is kind of... Okay, that's weird, all right. So listen, this is how it's working. This entire bottom chunk is also part of the Miltonia, but it just has like this one flower sprig, and that seems to be the case across all the situations. Which is weird to me. I've never seen that for flowers before. Now the other thing that I need to be careful of is making sure that this doesn't actually end up looking like a weed flower. Because I don't think that would be very in character. I don't know. I don't think that would be in character at all. Dude, you just know that whatever kind of stuff they got in Star Wars universe must go insane though. In Star Wars, they have the kind of drugs that can make you see shrimp colors permanently. And it reminds me how in Dune I've only read the first couple of chapters of Dune, right? I haven't read the majority of Dune. I've only read the like up until like the protagonist's home is attacked. Is this okay? Is this the only layer we have? No. Okay, this is a copy layer. That's good. That's good. But yeah, I've only read until like the protagonist's home gets attacked, like 3 or 4 chapters into the book, and one of the things that I remember from the book is during the father's kind of like introduction of the planet. It's like, oh, son, you're gonna love it here. It sucks shit. Everything's super dry, and you're gonna need to dye your retinas with like a shading agent permanently, so that you don't get your eyes burnt out by the sun. Well, it's gonna be great. We're gonna we're gonna do so good here. Like it's just like this entire paragraph that the dad telling this kid, like, all right, son, here are the different ways this planet is gonna try and kill us. So don't die to that, okay? Okay. There's a good lad. Hmm. I don't remember much else about Dune other than like, yeah, no, I don't remember much else about Dune or those initial chapters. I lent the book out to a friend of mine a little while ago. He honestly he can probably gain more benefit from it than I can. So I don't mind if he keeps it for a while or maybe forever. Yeah, I think I definitely overestimated my ability to digest hard sci-fi when I bought that copy of Dune. Let's see over here. This could work. I actually really like this. Yeah, with the clipping, with the like stem clipping right over here. Okay, yeah, we're cooking now. The problem is that it's a very bottom heavy kind of flower, right? Like if it was like a rose or something like this, or like a poppy, it would have like a more circular thing. So that's why it's so good for like spikes and all this different like circular like banners and stuff to go out of it. But the Miltonia actually has like a very like pear shaped, well, shape. It has a very pear shaped shape. At least as far as I can tell. I don't know. These ones seem to be of a different species than this one, but this one's the one that I use for inspiration for the colors. So tough titty. I'm very bad at recognizing flowers. I'm not a botanist by any stretch of the imagination. Dude, if I got hired to an 1800s apothecary, I would be fired first day on the job. They'd be like, my dearest apprentice, I need an ounce of mugwort extract on the double. I'd be like, yes, sir, right away, sir. And I'd bring them like a fucking, I don't know, a peony or something, and he'd be like, oh my god, my apprentice is a fucking idiot. Assuming I'm like serving some kind of mad medieval era alchemist. Let's see. Yeah, dude, those like isekai protagonists who get teleported to like an ancient time period to try way too hard to live, bro. If I got sent to the medieval times, I would immediately get run through with a spear or some shit. Hmm. Is this anything? Actually, this might be something. Hang on. The actual stem of this flower is not that long, but I am exaggerating it for artistic effect. This is permitted. I'm allowed to do this. Hmm. Okay, we have the stem coming up back here, so maybe to kind of like round this out, something around here would be good. There we go. Now the real question is what to actually write on the banner, because I could always put on like Miltonia. Do I have enough space on the banner for that? I feel like it has a very kind of like weird chicken scratch kind of text. I'll try to copy this style. Give me an eye. There. Okay, are there any eyes in here? Oh my god, there's not a single eye. How is there not even a single eye? It's one of the vowels, my man. It's one of those cornerstone kind of letters. How do you not have a single eye in all this in like 3 different pages? Absolutely disgraceful. Freehanding it. Why not? Is there an L? Can I get an L? Yes, okay. Okay, so what these seem to have in common is that they have some kind of like cross across them. That was really hard to say for some reason. Also, I am definitely making this into like one of those what do you call a vector, like one of those smart images, so I don't have to draw it every single time. Even if I did, it's not particularly complicated. It's just got a couple of different things which would make it a little bit tough, but it's not hard by any stretch of the imagination. Tattoo artists back in these days did not get paid for hard. They got paid for working quickly enough that the guy stops being drunk when he wakes up. Or that you finish the tattoo quick enough before he wakes up and realizes what he's done and tries to get a refund. Imagine trying to get a refund on a tattoo in like one of those like shady ports back in like the age of wooden ships. You would ask for a refund, and I think they might actually beat you to death. Like you're like the fucking Popeye back there would just like crack open a thing of spinach And they just like knock you to next week. I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick. Okay. Let me. I mean, how would this draft look on the ship? Okay, maybe let's shrink it first. So let's shrink the sucker first, and then we see how it looks. This thing totally okay. This thing actually fits really well with the kind of aesthetic that I had in mind. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Actually, hang on. Maybe I might work on the side of the ship as well. Hmm. Hang on. This calls for a mesh transformation, not whatever I was doing before. Okay, back there. Push these guys back a little bit. Yeah, no, it doesn't fit there, particularly because it still has that kind of like racing stripe. I guess it might fit somewhere down here, but I think like the wing is where it kind of fits the best. Maybe on like this part here, but I don't know. I do think the wing is the best fit. All right, we've got all that out of the way. Now we can do a little bit of hustle and get this sucker printed up on a larger size. We might have to do something about that text. In any case, let's keep expanding this guy. To be honest, I really like doing small things like this, not super ambitious things, but like stuff that still looks kind of nice. Okay, size 6 might not be it. Maybe size 10. How's size 10 grab me? Well, but not well enough. Maybe about size 13. A little better, size 14. Size 14, I think, is like the sweet spot. All right. Before I begin, though, let me double check something real quick. Just what is the shape of this pistol inside the inside of the frame? And I gotta tell you, ever since I switched back to this kind of like PNG tuber grind set, I've actually had a lot of an easier time just kind of focusing on what I'm drawing, because I feel like when I'm with my Live 2D model, I feel like I have to focus a little bit too much. Oh, I have to hang on. There we go. That's a bit better. I didn't full screen the art application. My bad. If there ever becomes a method for me to easily manipulate windows within OBS, I shall jump at that opportunity. But for the time being, I'm stuck. Oh, actually, speaking of stuck, let me actually being stuck has nothing to do with it. But let me let us pretend for a moment like that was a relevant sieg. I never understood the concept of segue as a way to jump from one topic to the other. Like the thing is, I learned about segue the word, the vehicle, before I learned about segue the conversational concept. So to me, it just sounded like somebody was like trying to speed away from the subject at a velocity that could be easily achieved by walking. Segways have always been one of those big question mark things to me. Like I understand that they're made for like leisurely travel, right? They were never made to like tear ass across the road, so to speak, right? But hang on, am I getting this right? Is this like a kind of like yeah? It's got a little bit of a point to it. All right, let's try this middle one first. Okay. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Oh god, I accidentally turned this pedal into like one of those Rorschach paintings. Rorschach. Rorschach. Roro. I've never actually fully seen or experienced the infamous comic book, The Watchmen, or Watchmen. I think it's just Watchmen, not though the is not a necessary component of the title. I don't believe. I just know like the kind of like plot twist towards the end, and I have a basic understanding of like its themes. I try to do the reason I know anything about it at all is because I actually try to read the comic book because my brother did a what do you call media analysis for it for high school, and I don't. It's I think like if I crack open the book, it still has some of the sticky notes that he made from that time on it. Also, I'm gonna redo this part of the flower. Hmm. There we go. Then like this. Then like that. Perfect. And then we have these guys. What should I do with these? Hmm. There we go. All right, we're gonna need to find a way to squish these flat right down the middle. Otherwise, we're gonna be in some serious doo-doo once the time to undo the. Well, once we try to do literally anything else with the symmetry. Hmm. There we go. Maybe like that. Okay, and then first, let's actually make these guys a little bit squatter. Bring this part back up. Oh, it's got a little cut there now. It's got to be because of the way I erased it a little bit earlier. Maybe we just stretch out this part. Yeah, okay, that works. What's the part in the middle look like? It's actually got like two parts, huh? Well, if that's the case, we might actually be in luck. No, that's not quite right either. We do need to bring this part back up. I do know that much. Okay. Next goes the ribbon. Oh, right, symmetry tool. Let's just get rid of that. There we go. Okay. Hmm. Okay, we curl this up a little bit to make this scroll. What was I doing? I feel like this part here needs to be a little bit bigger. Now, I kind of want it to be at least as big as like the original plan. I think maybe then the idea might be to... Yeah, okay. Make the spiral first and then connect it back to the loop. Okay. Let me simplify this sucker too so we don't get any headaches in the future. I love manipulating a vector line and then seeing the tail end of it freak out for no discernible reason. It's like I'm playing like a Jack in the Box for myself, but I don't actually know what happens at the end. Hmm. Yeah? Okay. This works also. Okay, then we just... Yeah, the rest of this is pretty cut and paste, or cut and dry. Or maybe not, hang on. Connect vector line. Connect vector line. Simplify vector line. Do not process the whole line. Switch vector line point or control point. Let's simplify this part too. Okay, move this like this. Alright, this should be good. The problem with working with extremely thick line art in the sketch and then very thin or like thinner line art in the finished product is that by the end of it you end up questioning which part of the line is the actual part you want to capture. Okay. How far along can we take this one? Around that far, huh? Okay. Alright, which one of you was the real line and which one of you wasn't? I'm gonna take a wild guess and say this one wasn't the real one. Okay. Everything tidy? Seems that way. There we go. Perfect, okay. Okay. I don't know though. Something about it doesn't seem quite right just yet though. Maybe. Hang on, what if I move this around a little bit? Oh, is this just like a random little straight line? Sometimes you see like a little bit of a vector line that you cut and you're like, where the hell did that come from? And then it turns out that it's just like a single line that you just never understood where it came from. Or like it was just like half forgotten for some reason. And it turns out to not really have been that big of a deal. I love it when that happens. It's like a little gift to me. What's with these three control points all bunched together like that? Where's the fire, fellas? Nope. That's not gonna work. Hmm. Something about this doesn't seem right. Let's simplify it one more time. Yeah, okay, this should be a little bit more manageable. Okay, around here. Then over here. All right, that should be good. How long did we send that ribbon? Like 20 minutes? 25? Not bad. I reckon that's a personal best. All right, there we go. Then a little bit closer in, closer in, closer in. There we go. Did Miltonius mean anything in the language of flowers? Hang on. Let me look that up. Language of meaning of Miltonia. Definition and meaning, no. Flower language Miltonia. Or I guess it would be more orchids, right? As a more generic kind of flower. Language flower language orchid. Okay, orchid flower meaning, cultural significance of orchids. This is an AI generated article. God damn it. Hold on a minute. Geranium, gentian, astrolomeria, orchid, narcissus, rose. Wait, no, these are just different flowers, not different versions of orchids. Duped by the machine. I can't believe it. I'm no better than one of those robots what can't tell the difference between a traffic cone and a traffic light. You know, those like capture machine things that they put you in. Orchid symbolisms. Okay, this one by Sarah Reagan. I don't know. Are you a real person, Sarah Reagan? Did you really write this article? Okay, let's see. Complexity, tender care, perfection, beauty, prosperity, luxury, royalty, wealth, lust, fertility. It's kind of a mixed bag, isn't it? It just seems to be a general bunch of good things, though. You know, a lot of dignity, a lot of dignified meanings. Okay, there we go. Then back here. Perfect. Okay. I don't know. Nowadays, whenever I see a crappy article, I just automatically assume that it's AI generated. The worst part is I might not be wrong. That's the most heartbreaking part of it. That I'm not. That I might not even be wrong about them being AI generated. Like I don't know. I feel like a well-written article can get you where you need to go within like 5 or 6 sentences. You know, no long wind up, no long like preamble. I feel like that's like my like bad AI article hallmark is. You know, it's got way too much of a preamble for very little information gain. Which you know isn't necessarily indicative of AI in general, but I find it's a good idea not to waste my time with too many articles like that. Maybe a loop de loop here? Hmm. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like with the ribbons and with the ribbon and everything, that might be a bit much. Unless Let me just copy and paste this guy real quick. Okay, copy and paste this outward. Okay, move it around like so. Voila. Actually, no, they're still a little close together. Let me put this guy, give this guy a little bit more thickness around the middle. Okay, there we go. And then like so. I'm going to put a little bit of an end to the banner right here. Just so we have something filling in that negative space. Okay, move it here. Okay. No, hang on. This isn't quite right. Let me move this guy a little bit. Okay, get this part out of there. Okay. What the? Oh, there we go. All right, we just got to move this thing around just a touch. No, having that sudden end there doesn't feel right either. I have an idea though. Just got a brain blast. I just got a Jimmy Neutron moment. I don't know. I feel like Jimmy Neutron isn't well respected enough for that to be like a positive thing. Saying like I had a Jimmy Neutron moment, it's like your own invention got turned on you, and now you have to spend like 10 minutes of a 20-minute episode trying to get everything back to the way it was. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Accidentally coding a machine that destroys all your printer ink might be like a Jimmy Neutron moment, but not whatever I'm doing here. Yeah, there we go. I don't think that ever happened in Jimmy Neutron. I don't remember a lot of things about Jimmy Neutron, but I don't remember that happening. Did it? Actually, to be perfectly frank, I don't remember shit about Jimmy Neutron. Probably for the best. Oh, right, that was Carl's deal. Right, I forgot about that. Let's see. Yeah, now my current understanding of Jimmy Neutron is more or less limited to that one GIF of him in a gerbil body getting taken away by a flying eagle. That's frankly anybody needs to know about that series, as far as I'm aware, as far as I'm concerned. Let's see. Some may call me harsh for this, but I'm willing to accept that label. Yeah, he was like in a. I thought it was like a rotisserie chicken, but no, it was like this like this gerbil body that apparently he got himself into. A friend of mine walked me through it the other day, and I almost completely forgot the rest of it. I remember various episodes at random, but something keeps bringing my mind back to the pants episode. The pants episode. I also really remember the pants episode for some reason. I don't know. I don't remember know why either. I don't know. I think like it's the image of like a bunch of pants just walking around by themselves. There's something strangely evocative about that. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Something's not right here. Hang on. Let's add another control point right here. I don't remember it. I just remember it happening. The Avengers episode. There could have been an Avengers episode. I don't remember anything. For some reason, all I remember was the gerbil and the pants. And even the gerbil isn't really something that I remember. It's just something I saw on the internet. Okay, anyway, right, the rest of this. We gotta finish this line art so I can actually get to the coloring and burn out my retinas because I currently have my desktop on, my monitor on nightlight. There's an episode where they all get hit by something that gives them superpowers. Oh. And Jimmy just turns orange and gets green hair. Okay. Make this smaller. There we go. And he's trying to tell everyone to be responsible, but they don't listen. Well, yeah. They're what like a 8 or 9 years old and they have superpowers? Dude, you give like a 9-year-old superpowers and they're gonna be causing mass destruction, property damage in no time. I feel like that ought to be a rule. Like, if anybody ever ends up getting superpowers for real, they should be exempt from getting criminal charges for like at least 3 or 4 hours. Just give them 3 or 4 hours to be really, really funny. Oh, did you try to send a link? Sorry. He gets mad and it activates his powers. Yeah, I feel like I said, if anybody figures out superpowers, I feel like that guy should get like a free pass for like 2 or 3 hours, just to really go ham, no consequences whatsoever. Just to fuck around and see what happens. Let him really put the pedal to the metal. You got super seed? Fuck it, let him jump to the moon. Who cares? They're the first person with superpowers. They can do whatever the hell they want. Let's see, just like this, and like this. Yeah, can we make this bigger? There we go. And then we had a couple little... I'm going to call them eyelashes here. That's what they remind me of. These things here remind me of eyelashes. There we go. Oh, right, the text. The text that I was supposed to write on the banner. That text. Right. Hang on. There's a smarter way to do this. Connect vector lines. Switch control points. Simplify, but not the whole line. And there we go. Wrinkle hammered out. Actually, hang on. We might want to... Yeah, there we go. Just like do that a little so that it's more... It kind of fills the negative space a little better. All right. Do we need something here? We need something here, I think. Okay, put that here. Put that over here. And actually, we can probably have a second leaf, like right around here, maybe. Or actually, we can have one like on the opposite side. Okay, if that's the case, let's turn the symmetry ruler back on just real quick. Oh, thank God that didn't erase anything important. Okay. So I think the best thing to do is to just erase this part here. Hang on. Don't show the ruler no more. Take this out. Patch this part up. And bada bing, bada boom. Oh yeah. This looks nice. Now I should write the text. Right after I fix this up a little bit more. Okay, put this here. Raise it up, back up just a little bit. Okay. Now let's see if I can fit this in one go. All right, first try. Let's see if we can get the kerning on this right first try. Or actually, you know what? You know what would be a really good idea to do for this text? Hang on. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to copy just these two lines, put them in a new vector layer, switch these to another color like, say, pink. Shift them around so that they're a little bit, just a tiny bit offset from the real article, from the genuine article. There we go. This way we can actually figure out like how wide the letters ought to be. Today I am a genius. Okay, cross these out. Local rice bag begins to understand kerning. Well, no, kerning is like the space between letters, right? I don't know what this would be. It's just, I guess it would just be common sense, huh? I don't want to have this accidentally get confused for like an E or something, but that's a risk I'm gonna have to take. Can I just use a normal circle tool for this part? I feel like I could. Just use like a regular ellipse. How thick is this? 10 points. How thick is this? 7 points. Put some more meat on those bones. The problem then is like it's a little too perfect. You see, like it needs to get a little messed up, and I think I know just what to do. Just a little bit off key, a little bit off kilter. Whoops. Not that off kilter. See, the thing is, right, because I use a numpad for my workflow, I my the key to zoom in is like right above, right below the key to like delete everything on the layer. So we do a little bit of mishap. We have a few mishaps here and there. Okay, have a cross right here. Have another eye. All right, what do the AL originally look like so I don't make this look like an Among Us by accident? I made it square, which made it worse. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Just for these last two letters, or maybe last three, we do a little bit of downplay. We scale them down just a touch. Just a tiny little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of a downscale. Shh, nobody will know. Nobody will know. You know, we start to curve them in a little bit. There we go. Maybe a little hard at the end, too. Yeah, I think that gives it like a nice little vintage feel. And we just do a few little micro adjustments here and there so that it smooths out. All right, cool. Ballin'. Okay, that's the design of it done. I'll take a quick sip of water. Now, what in heaven do I do for the colors? We could do more purple, but the problem is like the wing is already purple. I don't know, maybe like a. Oh right, I need to burn my redness real quick. Hang on, give me a minute. I've been spoiling myself by using nightlight more consistently. My eyes have gotten too used to this luxury. They're used to being burnt out in their sockets. In their non-existent sockets, I mean. You know, the eyes that I don't have because I'm a bag of rice. A very mouthy one at that. All right, here's what let's do, right? For the time being, all right, let's actually bring back some of these references real quick. This one, I don't know if I'm fully feeling this one. Let's take a look at a couple others. That's not what I was looking for. Close, close, close. I feel like there was like a really good one somewhere around here. For like this kind of like art style. It's just this one? Nah, come on, there's gotta be more. There's gotta be more than these. I was like 90% sure I'd send myself another. Right, here we go, these guys. Let me do a quick stretch too. Why not? Okay. Let's get the most obvious parts done first, I think. The banner. I kind of want to have it similar to this part, at least. I do want to have it similar to one of this kind of like curled one where it's green on one side for some reason. Oh, I've got this on the... I am like on the completely wrong layer. Oh dear. Oh, that's easy. That's an easy enough fix, thankfully. Hmm. You like a bright pink for... Hot pink works well as a thing. But I don't know if it works well against like an already purple background. Yeah, let me flip these turnways. And I have this like bright yellow part in the middle. And I have this like nice, pleasant green. We can use the green that we had for the banner actually. For this part here. And then a darker shade right here for the back, for the flowers in the back, or the petals in the back. We can also put a little bit of red right there for the logo. Gotta do some archival shit. Alright. Good luck with your archival. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so here's idea number one. I don't know if I should try to color it and then shade, or first shade and then mess around with the colors. Both have their advantages and disadvantages. I'm definitely gonna need to rein in this part over here of the ribbon, though. I'm not feeling it anymore. But how do I do that? Maybe like this? Okay, so far so good. Let me flip this heart upside down. Just real quick. Hang on. Get this thing out of here for a second. Alright, grab this. Okay, maybe this should help. Somehow that made it worse. Alright, I'll figure that out in just a second. Let me finish patching up the rest of this banner. Okay, how thick is this line? 14 points, and how thick is this one? Also 14 points. Oh no, that's 10 points. Alright, hang on. There we go, that's more like it. A bit more difficult to manage now, but that's fine. Yeah, like that. Yeah, okay. Okay. Next up, the lettering. I was about to say kerning again because kerning is a fun word to say, but that's not what this is. Really, I don't think. I don't know, kerning may or may not be involved. It is technically the spacing between the lettering, if you want to think about it in a very abstract way. I'm not entirely unjustified, am I? I'm just a little bit unjustified. Okay. Expand this. Let's shrink the A a little bit. All right, let's fix that coloring too. Now we can fix that hard. Things a cardiologist say to his surgery patient. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, let me duck this T just a little bit. You know, give it some room for overhead compartment. Okay, grab this. There's something, I don't know. I've been on enough planes that I've developed something of like a fear isn't the right word, but exasperation with the concept of overhead compartment. I feel like I'm like it's like an enemy to me now. The idea of overhead compartment and I are now like nemesis. Like I don't know, it's like have you ever been in a McDonald's when it's like really busy and the staff aren't really capable of keeping up with the degree of demand? They're just trying to work as fast as they can. And like nobody is happy to be there. Even like, you know, even like the kid who normally loves being at McDonald's is like they can sense a kind of like ambient misery in the air. That's what I feel like overhead compartment is to me. It's like a feeling of misery. This is probably not making any sense. I understand this, perhaps better than anyone, but I must speak my truth. All right, gradient mapping. This is where the fun begins. I kind of want to go for this kind of like purplish one, to be honest. I, I'm torn. I'm torn a little bit. What if we did this one, but like with? No, maybe to the other way. That's barely any different, but let's give it a shot. I kind of like multiply already, actually. The problem is it won't really pop out. It needs to be a really bright design, is the thing, for it to pop out against the wind in the plane. This I'm kind of a fan of. Let me nab this real quick. This kind of saturated look is also good. We could just also have it just be directly over it, right? Like just have this be the color. I don't know. How would that look? Hang on. How would that look? Let me put all these in a folder real quick. Where's the plane? Here we go. Shrink that back down. Flip it. Shrink again. Ooh, that actually stands out pretty well. I just kind of there we go. Yeah, that's not too bad actually. I kind of like that. I don't know though. Oh, from a distance, it looks a little bit like an onion because of the yellow. Is the problem? You know, because of the yellow there. I feel like that needs to go back to being like a purplish. We'll keep this one though. We'll keep this one on retainer. Not to mention, we still have to figure out the shading. Oh, do we need shading? What does this one look like again? See, this one's a little bit easier to justify because it still has a little bit of that like purplish tint to it. But even if we, what the? All right, why is this acting like this? What if we did like a gradient? Actually, hang on. Gradient. Foreground to transparent. This is not working. Why? Oh, because it's a circle one. With the gradient, it looks pretty nice. All right, what's this look like on the side of the ship? Let's try that again. Yeah, the colors still work, thankfully. I just gotta finagle this thing. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Doesn't look so much like an onion either. I don't know though. I feel like that's still missing something. It's still not quite what I had in mind. What if? Okay, tonal correction, gradient map. What if we got a little crazy with it? No, the problem with that is that it still has like that kind of yellowish to it, which will make it like onion shaded again. I need to find something that doesn't have like an onion color to the bottom petal. Unfortunately, all of these seem to be onion themed. I have like what, 40 different gradient maps? We'll find one that isn't like onion-esque. I don't know, maybe we just have to flip one of these around. Okay, this one's something. This one has a lot of personality to it. Hang on. I kind of like this one. I'm kind of digging this one. Hang on. Whoops, never mind. Let's try that again. Okay, still shows up pretty good. What was I doing? Right, okay. Control-Shift-T, there we go. Can't help but feel like something's not right here. Yeah, okay, that pops out a lot, but almost a little too much. What if we like decreased the intensity of it? Just a little bit. Yeah, like that. Okay. Let's go for this with this one for now. Okay, next up is the shading. So for that I will need to bring back my lovely assistant, this random unnamed bird. Okay. So from here, should we just use black point? I feel like we should. The thing is, black point plus some other stuff, right? Like you can see it right here. It has just like a strangely, it's like a slightly darker off color. So we do need to be mindful of that. Okay, then like this. Then like this. Is that what I want? Is that really what I want? But I really, really want. What if I, hang on, what if I increase the saturation and flipped it to a, wow, those are worse. I was going to say, what happens if I increase the saturation and flip it to another tone, but those are definitely worse. Yeah, those are just like really bad. Let's not let's not dabble with those. Maybe I just decrease the saturation on these guys. Yeah, that looks a little better. There we go. Okay. Next up. Yeah, okay. Actually, this is starting to be something. This is actually starting to be something a little bit. What happens if I play around with the layer settings? Ooh. Alright, ni bien ni mal. It's a little something, but it's not quite nothing none of these really jump out at me, unfortunately. I mean, this one's actually kind of nice. Alright, hang on. Rasterize it. Oh, right, it's already rasterized. Alright. How do I rasterize stuff again like this? Can I just like make a new layer and merge these together? Oh, yeah, that seemed to work pretty well enough. Pablo wins! Okay. Bring this over here. Then over here. Oh, what the hell was that? It went a little nutty there. Went a little bit nutty. Okay, then back here. This feels very peaceful. This is a very peaceful kind of shading process, you know, just using the gauze cloud. I don't know, is that the best thing I can use though? Probably not the tone scraping. What about other cross hatching? I could see that. I don't know. Gauze cloud has been serving me pretty well so far though. I can use gauze cloud a little bit just to rough up the smooth edges. Okay, gauze cloud. I like the way this looks as well because it looks like the vine is a little bit dead. You know, it's a little bit withered looking. I feel like that's a good way to make any flower more hardcore looking, is just make it a little bit withered. I wonder if there's a way that I can make these guys green. Because I feel like having the purple there is a little disingenuous because these are supposed to be like normal leaves. Okay. Ooh. Black is an interesting color for these. Hmm. I'm kind of feeling this one, but not very much. All right, what if we... All right, we go into this. What if we make these go more towards kind of like a bluish color? Or actually more like reddish. All right. We have two options before us. We go more towards blue, or we go more towards like a warmer color, like brownish or green. Green is not a warmer color, I don't believe. I don't know, maybe it might be. Well, might have tell green what it can and can't be. Mm-hmm. Okay. Maybe if it's like this. Yeah, there we go. No. Okay. The next part would be probably me. Okay, should we do this like a greenish or like a yellowish kind of tint? Let me get rid of this part here. I wanted to have like a very subtle gradient right across this entire part. We need to start like all the way over here to like get it as subtle as I want it to be. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna do a little bit of a silly trick, and make an inside part of this part. To kind of fit in with the rest of the style. There we go. Yeah, that looks nice. All right. Then the next part is going to be a trickier part. Because the next part would be doing the flower itself. You can see here that it has like, for the rose, it's a little bit more straightforward because it has like inside parts of the petals and outside part of the petals. But here we just have like inside parts. My first instinct tells me to kind of go full Gauze Cloud dark mode right around here. I don't know, that looks kind of ugly though. Maybe if I applied a certain color to it. That still don't look quite right. Hmm. And maybe with a little bit of there we go. All right, now we try to figure out whether or not this is going to work. With the white, that's actually really good. Okay, that's actually kind of crazy good. I like that a lot. Pavs wins by doing nothing. All right. And for these next parts, I wonder if that trick would work twice. I mean, how does it look? How does the actual flower look? Because I feel like the white part for this bit is justified, but I do wonder how this looks on the flower. Yes, we have some confirmation. Okay. That's kind of funny. Let's get a little goofy with it then. Okay. Flip it around like this. I do feel like I want to blend out some of the gauze texture here, just so it looks just a tiny bit smoother. Blur it out, maybe. Blurring might be a good alternative. But yeah, no. Besides that, we're actually doing pretty well for ourselves. All right, let's see what it looks like when we hit it with a blur. All right, that's about what I expected. All right. So then the question is, how do we make sure that the blur stays where it's supposed to? I should save. I should save real quick. Hang on. I should save real quick before I forget. Oh my god, I can't believe I've forgotten to save so far. We've been at this for like an hour and a half. 2 hours, actually. All right, anyway. Select color gamut. Okay. We increase the blur brush size. Okay, there we go. Then we do the same thing for this one. I don't know. I'm really happy with how this is coming along. It's going much better than I anticipated. I do think we can do one last little thing right here, like right here on the little bulb. So we can have a little bit of an ochre right here. And then brush size, make this tiny, eraser. There we go. All right. That's actually pretty good. I'm very happy with that. Let me load it up a little. Let me expand that a little bit. Get it nice and isolated so we got a good thumbnail. Yeah, check that out. All right, we'll also have to put it on the ship real quick. Back here. Let me drag this guy up a little bit further up. Okay. Shrink this down. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shrink that down just a little bit more. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. You know, that pops real good. I don't know, maybe just a little bit less saturation. Okay, we'll have two versions. We'll have this version that's nice and saturated for like the showpiece, and then we'll have one that's like the more like quote unquote ship friendly one. Just lower the saturation a little bit. There we go. But yeah, no, I'm very pleased that this came out. I've wanted to do a design like this, you know, that's very like old timey tattoo like for a long time. So I'm happy that I finally got to do that. All right. Is anybody else streaming right now? I think V is probably online. Déjame ver. We can say hi. Yeah, okay, let's go say hi to V. All right, besides that, I will see you all later this week. I forgot which days I'm streaming. I'm sure that's fine. I'm not gonna worry about that. Hang on. But yeah, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you all later. Bye.